Are you prepared for the mass repricing of goods and services? Rising consumer price inflation is not going away. This, of course, is counter to the transitory argument made by the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell earlier this year. The effects of rising consumer prices range far and wide. For one, the pinch rising prices put on consumers is extraordinarily disruptive. It acts as a hefty tax, eroding family budgets that are already stretched in this ongoing stagflation. Personal income gains lag far behind rising consumer prices. Industrial materials for consumer goods companies also feel the pinch. They can pass on some of the rising prices to consumers, and they can also absorb through lower profit margins some short-term price increases. But there are natural limits to what price increases can be absorbed by consumers. When input costs, including new raw materials and labor, push the costs of the final manufactured good above what they can readily be sold for, the business motive breaks down. Halting operations makes the most business sense. And we're not just talking food. The price of cotton just surged to a 10-year high. Rising cotton prices translate into rising jean prices. Levi Strauss has already raised the price of its jeans, thus passing some of the price inflation to consumers. The price of cotton is already at a 10-year high. Year to date, it's up 47%. If cotton accounts for 20% of the costs to make a pair of Levi's jeans, and the company was able to negotiate product costs at a very low single-digit inflation, then someone in the supply chain is getting severely squeezed. In short, we believe a long-term repricing of materials, goods, and services is now underway. Certainly prices will continue to rise and fall to meet supply and demand dynamics, yet this will take place in a range that is being repriced higher. It has happened before and will happen again. For example, in 1960, a gallon of gas cost 31 cents per gallon. Similarly, in 1960, a glass of milk costs $1 per gallon. Currently, the average price of gas and the average price of milk are $3.28 per gallon and $3.68 per gallon, respectively. That's upwards of a 958% increase for gas and 268% increase for milk over the last 60 years. Sure, the price of gas and milk could have come down from some of today's prices. However, there's no way they'll ever drop back to the 1960s prices. They've been repriced higher for good. But why? Are gas and milk somehow more valuable today than they were 60 years ago? We surmise these essentials have generally the same utility value they always have, yet the dollar has been greatly devalued. Moreover, this great devaluation is the consequence of rampant dollar debasement policies executed in tandem between the Federal Reserve and Congress. The recent debt ceiling histrionics in Congress and the elevation of the debt limit for what believe is the 79th time since 1960 are merely another milestone in the great dollar debasement saga. Remember, price inflation starts with expansion of the money supply. These days, the expansion of the money supply is conducted in tandem by the Federal Reserve and the Treasury. In short, the Treasury sells new debt to the Federal Reserve, which the Fed buys using credit created out of thin air. This allows Congress, through its debt ceiling increases, to provide the Treasury with an unlimited tab of money. Congress then spends this limitless money into the economy via spending programs galore, and this new money flows through the economy. Prices adjust higher as the supply of money increases much faster than the supply of goods. The point is, through policies of mass dollar debasement, we've now entered the next stage of the mass repricing of goods and services in the economy, which means the price of just about everything will adjust upward by several 100% or much, much more over the next 10 years. This means that the pre-pandemic prices are gone forever, and your savings, investments, retirement, purchasing power, and the quality of life that you've spent a lifetime planning for and working for has been shredded. Thank you very much for watching the Money News channel. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and like this video if you want to see more. We will continue to put out financial news, real estate news, economics, and government news right here on the Money News channel. Thank you very much for watching YouTube. And as always, have a great day.